Okay, so let's look at op-amp characteristics. Okay, what are the op-amp's characteristics? Ideal as well as practical. Okay, so when you go to the shop and buy a op-amp, most probably you will buy 741 op-amp. Okay, and the characteristics will be mentioned in the data sheet. Okay, so input resistance will be very high. Input resistance will be very high practically, and ideally it should be infinite. Similarly, output resistance should be very low practically, ideally it should be 0. Open loop gain should be very high, ideally it should be infinite. Bandwidth should be very high, ideally it should be infinite. Offset voltages should be very low, ideally it should be 0. Common mode rejection ratio should be very high, ideally it is infinite. Slew rate, something called slew rate, which is change of output voltage, maximum rate of change of output voltage should be very high, ideally it should be infinite. Okay, so this is the comparison between ideal and practical op-amps characteristics. Okay, this is how we represent op-amp. There will be one input V2, one input V1 at negative and positive terminal. Then there will be saturation voltages, plus saturation, that is V plus, minus saturation, that is V minus, and there will be output. Minimum it consists of 5 terminals. Okay, there will be extra terminals as well, offset and all, but minimum it requires 5 terminals, 2 input, 1 output, and 2 supply voltages, V plus and V minus. Remaining terminal depends upon the application, but in general this is minimum required, 5 terminal, and that's the reason we represent every time op-amp in 5 terminals. Okay, now the relation between output and input will be V0 is equal to AOL into V1 minus V2, which is also represented as VD, differential input voltage. Okay, because it is the difference between the input voltages. AOL is the gain of the amplifier. Okay, open loop gain. AOL means A open loop gain. There is no feedback from output to input, hence there is no closed loop gain as if now. Okay, but it can be possible. We are just looking at a op-amp, open loop op-amp. That's the reason open loop gain is there. Now when V1 will be equal to 0, this V1 will be equal to 0, means it is connected to ground, so V0 will be minus AOL V2, means negative sign is there, so 180 degree phase shift will be there between V0 and V2. Okay, gain will be negative, as you can see. V0 by V2, if you will do, minus AOL you will get. Okay, now let's look at when V2 will be equal to 0. When V2 will be equal to 0, that is V2 is ground, V1 will be there, then at this point of time you will have V0 is equal to AOL V1, because V2 is 0, you are getting positive gain, and V1 is at non-inverting terminal. Non-inverting means V1 will be called as non-inverting terminal, because you can see the gain is not inverting, means in the previous case the gain was inverting, it was negative, here it is positive. Okay, that's the reason. Positive sign represents 0 degree of phase between V0 and V1. So from one input you are getting negative gain, 180 degree phase shift, and from one input you are getting positive gain, 0 degree phase. Okay, so this is how you represent V0 is equal to AOL V1 minus V2, or AOL VD, or AOL is equal to V0 by VD. Okay, for this op-amp. Now usually AOL should be very high, and to get this VD should be very low, ideally. Practically AOL is very high and VD should be very low, since it is in denominator, you can see. It means V0 should be equal to 0 ideally, but some small value, finite small value, when you are dealing with practically. Okay, now ideally the same properties you can see for ideal op amp, AOL should be infinite, means VD should be 0, means V0 should be 0. Okay, but it doesn't happen like that. Op amp not only provides output for differential input, it provides for common mode input as well. Okay, practically the output of the op amp is not 0, so that the output of the op amp not only depends on differential input voltage but also depends upon the common mode or average signal. Okay, so it responds to differential signal as well as it responds to average signal. Okay, average signal, we don't use word average signal, we use word common mode signal. Okay, so common mode signal, it will respond to, now you will look V1, V2. V1 is non-inverting terminal. Okay, positive, it is written, it is given to positive terminal. It is non-inverting terminal V2. Negative terminal it is given to. A1 is the gain we are taking due to V1 alone. A2 is the gain we are taking due to V2 alone. Okay, and VD is V1 minus V2. So then what will happen? We will see output will be output due to V1 alone plus output due to V2 alone. Okay, it is superposition type. So V0 will be equal to V1 A1 V1 plus A2 V2. By the way, VC is average signal V1 plus V2 divided by 2. Okay, if there will be three signals V1 plus V2 plus V3 divided by 3. Okay, average signal. Now we have V0 is equal to superposition A1 V1 plus A2 V2. Okay, and we know VD is equal to V1 minus V2 and VC is equal to V1 plus V2 divided by 2. We have two equations. Now you calculate, solve these two equations and you calculate the value of V1 and V2. V2 is here, so you can see V1 and V2. So V1 and V2 will be in terms of VD and VC. So half VD plus VC and minus half VD plus VC. That will be the expression for V1 and V2. You plug this here in this equation, V1 and V2, you will get the output voltage in terms of common mode and differential gain input. Okay, so here you can see when you plug the value into V0, A1 half VD plus VC plus V2 minus half VD plus VC, you will solve it, you will get A1 plus minus A2 divided by 2 VD plus A1 plus A2 into VC. Okay, we want we will call it as AD this term and AC this term. So you will get this expression V0 is equal to AD VD plus AC VC. This is very useful in expression when you will solve op amps and all. Okay, you will have to calculate the output with respect to differential mode as well as common mode, and the corresponding gains will be AD and AC. Okay, differential mode gain, common mode gain. Okay, now the slew rate, which is common mode rejection ratio, which is the ratio of magnitude of differential gain as well as common mode gain, will be written as CMRR is equal to mod of AD divided by AC. Okay, these are standard terms which will be using again and again when you are dealing with op amps. These are parameters which defines a good op amp, and CMRR should be as high as possible for practical case. Okay, when you will see here AD and AC, this is not fixed. Okay, this is not fixed because it is just with respect to this circuit A1 and A2. I have just taken an example with respect to V1 and V2. In general, you will have some circuit R and C will be there, and you will calculate output with respect to one voltage and output with respect to another voltage, and then you calculate V0 is equal to AD VD plus AC VC. Okay, where AD and VC we have seen AD is V1 minus V2, AC is V1 plus V2 divided by 2. Okay, once you get AD and AC, you plug it here and you will calculate CMRR. You can also calculate this in dB. So 20 log AD divided by AC you will get the value in dB. Okay, and yeah, op-amp usually works in a differential voltage equal to 0, means usually it works on what do we call virtual ground concept. So usually both the terminals will be approximately equal to same voltage, so that we will see later. But these are the properties or parameters of op-amp you should be looking forward to. Whenever you deal with op-amp, people will ask you to calculate these parameters so that it will judge whether it is performing better, good or not. Okay, it should be very, very high CMRR, means AD will be very, very greater than AC. Now let's look at an example. Here you can see just a small example just to give you a feel of numbers. So input is 199.5 microvolt, second input is 200.5 microvolt, negative positive terminal, saturation voltages are plus minus 15 volt, V0 is there. So V0 is equal to AD VD plus AC VC. Now for this op-amp we have CMRR is equal to 140 dB, AC is equal to 1, we have to calculate the output voltage. We know the output voltage, this expression, CMRR is known, AC is known, so we can calculate AD. So it is given in dB, so 20 log AD by AC is equal to 140, AD by AC is 10 to the power 7, AC is 1, so AD is equal to 10 to the power 7. Once you get AD and AC, VD and VC we can calculate from here. VD is V1 minus V2, VC is V1 plus V2 divided by 2, you will get 1 microvolt and 200 microvolt. Okay, so V0 will be 10 to the power 7 into 10 to the power minus 6 plus 1 into 210 to the power minus 6. You will get V0 is equal to 10.0002 volt. Okay, so just to example to calculate how you calculate output voltage when you have op-amp. Okay, when you have multiple inputs, so that is how you calculate and you deal with op-amp. Okay, but mostly you will be using virtual ground concept and all, so that you can ultimately reach to output voltage, and that we will see from the next video, that how we will tackle different circuit and how we will calculate the output voltage. Okay, just by using voltage ground virtual ground concept and KVL KCL, you can come up with the output voltage. Okay.